and welcome to this month's journal tour, and I'm just going to start here where we left off with last month's one. So obviously I'd kind of got underway with my 100-day project, and here I am just playing around with colour. You'll see me dive into my colour palette later on, but you can see here how kind of messy things are. Just really kind of unfinished pages. You can see there, like I've got pencil lines on top, but just really playing around with kind of expressive backgrounds. I've got another one in here somewhere. Oh, sorry, I'm not good at turning the page. So yeah, as you can see, really messy. I've got like this inky background with pencil over the top. And this is just kind of ink and the gold ink, which is gorgeous. It's so fun to play with. So yeah, but obviously they're just kind of the beginnings of what I would call backgrounds. So very much just splurging colour on the page and seeing what happens. I then went back to my sketches or my drawing, just using my fine line pen. And here again, just the idea of doing my mandala orbs. And obviously, you know, you'd add in colour here. So just playing around with how I could do kind of the outside mandala section. And then I got really kind of explorative, is that the word? Really adventurous with my colours. So these were collage sheets. In fact, I might have some here, yeah. So some of our printable collage sheets that I've used previously on Patreon. I printed them out and then tore them up and used that as my starting block, and then added in more colour around, more kind of lines and dots, and extended it out from there, and just really as an exploration to kind of see what happened. I quite like how unusual it looks. It's really kind of a mishmash of different art styles, different things going on. It's quite interesting to me. So yeah, maybe this is something I want to do more of in the future. And again here, I didn't like this one quite so much. I didn't have as much drawing, which again was interesting to me, that this was more abstract. I really like having these drawn lines in it though. They're almost like flowing across the page. Whereas I really loved this one. So here I've got obviously the collage in the background and then drawing into it, and even adding in sort of pencil marks here, pen lines over the top, and then drawing around the edge. I really love this, and I guess as well I could even colour some of these in and extend that out more. That would be quite fun to play with. So it's always fun when you go back through your sketchbooks, because it always gives me loads of ideas, and it nudges me into seeing things that I'd forgotten that I did as well. So this was one of the drawings. Yeah, these spreads were the drawings I did in the kind of shared space. That's something I've discovered over this month, that I've really loved working outside of the house. So when I'm at home, I get easily distracted. I see all the other jobs that I need to be doing. But whereas when I actually take just my sketchbook out to a cafe or a workspace, it just gives me that time. Even just for an hour, I got so much done, and it really just dedicated my time to drawing, which was awesome. Okay, this is when I started to work more on my colour palettes and working in gouache, which I don't normally do. How beautiful is that? I really love that. I really love playing around with colour and just seeing kind of the combinations of things, and trying to use them kind of in a painting as well was really fun. So these were like my different gouaches. These are the three that I started with, and I mixed all of these paints just from those three, and similar here. So this was kind of the yellow ochre. So how different this colour palette is. Well, these beautiful colours here. I really love these compared to these, using the really vibrant yellow. And again, just seeing kind of what colours I could make. It was interesting to me that I always seem to make a lot of purples. Just seem to be drawn to more purples for some reason. But that was, yeah, that was really fun. And I left a page there intending to do more, but I moved on to, well, I think these were my Daniel Smith watercolours. I should really write that in there. So those are the three I used at the top, and then these are all the colours I made from that. And again, really nice purples in here, purples, pinks, and this vibrant yellow, which is gorgeous. I quite like this colour as well. Some really beautiful colours. Ooh, some really beautiful colours in there. So yeah, that's been quite fun, being a bit more thoughtful about the colours that I'm using and my colour palettes. So that's when I decided to go back to the old faithfuls, my Neocolor 2s, which are my favourite art supply by far. And the more I experiment with other things, the more I realise that is my go-to and it is my favourite. But yeah, it's been fun as well to combine these pens. So these were, a lot of these were Tombow pens over the top, and then scribbling into them with pencils. So very mixed media, and just layering in colour, just doing really fun things. I really, really love this. In fact, I think this might be an artwork for either a print, a future print, or maybe one of the Patreon monthly postcard prints. Let me know what you guys think. And then, yeah, I went back to mandala orbs, which I'm just obsessed with. So all the work that I'm doing kind of feeds back into this. So all the explorations and all the weird pages and everything kind of feeds back in. And I just love how kind of textured these are. I think my drawings are improving all the time. So it doesn't matter how kind of weird and off track you feel like you're going, everything does kind of eventually feed back into what you're doing. So this was me sampling all the supplies that I have that I use all the time, and kind of looking at what colour palette that created. And actually I really want to do this on a separate page so that it's easy to kind of have out in front of me, so that I can keep working in my sketchbook, because at the moment I'm trying to kind of flick forwards and back to see this. So I definitely need to make another one of these kind of for my studio. And then this was looking at little like mini colour palettes, so taking like a few, like 3 or 4 colours from here, combining them together and kind of seeing how they look together, kind of what I'm most drawn to. So I really love this one. I think it's this deep pink, this like vibrant pink. I also really love this, and again I love the pop there. And I actually really like this, just all the subtle pinks and pastel-y kind of peachy colours. So yeah, it was interesting, like the ones that I preferred. And again, colour can be such a personal thing, what you're most drawn to. So it's interesting to see that. This is where I then tried to go back in and splurge it all across the page, and it kind of looked messy again. So that was what started me working on my colour palettes initially in the first place, was that I felt like it looked like a colour palette had thrown up on the page, or like a paint palette. But yeah, practicing my drawing again, and I love doing anything like this that's got kind of macro detail in the centre, and obviously like petals around. So yeah, really fun, just drawing and being happy with that. I did go for a walk on the cliffs actually, and these are the sketches that I did from the photos I took. That should be coming out in a YouTube video actually, so hopefully you'll be seeing that, if not now, soon. So yeah, again, like looking for inspiration in everyday things, or just all around me, just always on the lookout for things to draw. And again, playing with these mini colour palettes, and I love this to the point where I think something I need to do is like paint pages that I can then tear up, because at the moment these are just photocopies or like printouts, you know, my printables. So something I really want to play with. I quite like this as well. I've kind of gone off piste with doing an orb and just done like a, yeah, strange sort of abstract-y, doodly drawing. Anyway, they're kind of interesting to me. I don't really know where I'm going with them. Can you tell they felt a bit out of my comfort zone, so I kind of went back to my more natural orb shape and started drawing around those. I love this one. I think that would be quite a cool sticker. So I might get that done as a sticker. And then this one is just the colour, and this, as you can see, is one of my favourite colour palettes I just pointed out to you, but I haven't done any drawing around it yet. So yeah, a lot of kind of unfinished pages, or like this as well. I'm just keeping going and keeping working and just staying in the flow, and I'm not really worrying too much about, is my page finished or not. I don't care about that. That's not what this sketchbook is about. It's about just doing the work and progressing, getting better. These I love as well, these kind of more oval type shapes, and just kind of having a section of the black. You'll know by now that I love having this black kind of contrast. So that's those there. Really, really love these. So yeah, I've done more. Using pen though as well to try and bring some colour into the kind of outer leaves. And obviously this one is just like the shell, but I love the colour. I love what's going on with all the layering of colour. But yeah, so that's the sort of thing I can draw into. And then again, practicing drawing, and it's spring again, which is my favourite time of year because all the little birds come out, and that's so inspiring to me. So yeah, I've been practicing drawing birds, which has been so fun. This is from our hour-long video as well, drawing birds. And here again, just doing colour blocking and layering up with pencil. I'm trying to decide which was my favourite. So yeah, just really, really fun techniques. And again, these little guys who are super cute. So yeah, and then obviously that's one of the printouts. I've colour blocked these ready to draw into, but haven't drawn into them yet. But yeah, just really fun, very different way of working for me. So that's, yeah, really kind of pushed my comfort zone, like using more pens. So again here, trying to push my comfort zone. I don't really like this page personally, but I'm glad that I pushed myself to do it. And then yeah, this feels way more my style here, this. So just the beautiful colour. And again, I went for something different. So I went for the orange, like orangey colours, which I never use. All these beautiful, warm, vibrant colours. They're just gorgeous, actually. I'm really pleased with how this came out. And again, this will be a nice print, actually. But yeah, so that was fun. And then doing kind of larger pages, adding in the colour as well. So around the edge, being a bit more experimental, pushing myself, but still staying in that style that I love. So loads of these like detailed, I think that's what I love, is the hidden details. So maybe like my vision for long run is to do big artworks of this, but still have like these small details so that the image looks like one thing from far away, but when you're drawn in you see so many things. So I think that would be really fun to do. This is quite possibly my favourite page in the entire sketchbook. I am so in love with this page. This is definitely going to be a print at some point. I just love the colours here, and again you can see how much I've been working with colour and being more intentional with my colours as well. So just layering colours. This was just so fun, and I loved actually colouring these in as well and trying to be conscious of the colours that I've got here that I'm pulling out further into the drawing. So yeah, loved it, and loved it actually having like the yellow stars as well, which is a nice contrast. I think it's the pink again. This pink I'm just in love with. I might have to get some fluorescent pink paint. And here we are. This is the last couple of pages. This started as an orb, and then I thought, why don't I just pull the colour right to the edge and then draw into it like it's an orb. So anyway, and this one as well. So again, I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone, trying to try something new. I quite liked what I did, if I can find it back here. No, not these. Well, I did like these, but what I'm trying to show you is, yeah, like these. So kind of like these lines and things coming out like this, kind of flowing out. If I could somehow incorporate that into here, so that it's not so much just like the colour is one chunk of the picture and then the detail is another chunk. It's trying to like kind of find a joining or a way of combining them together. So that's where I've got to. And yeah, I'm still loving this. I still feel like I've only just scratched the surface with my sketchbook project of working every day. I feel miles away still from finding my own creative style, my own art style. And I still don't feel like I've done enough experimenting yet to do a big kind of what I would call final piece. Like all of these are still experimental, you know, just sketchbook play basically. And that's exactly what the sketchbook is about playing and just letting the inspiration flow, letting the ideas flow, trying out ideas on the page, even if they come to nothing, even if they kind of don't seem to make sense, like the birds seem to come out of nowhere. But again, it's all drawing practice, and yeah, it's quite fun to see where that's heading. So lots of nature themes anyway. Yeah, lots of nature themes coming up. And yeah, just really loving drawing every day and being intentional about my artwork. So that's something that I really want to carry on with over the next month, and I can't wait to see what I create. And I'm surprised actually how far through the sketchbook I've got already. So yeah, but you should be seeing more of what I've been doing in our Patreon exclusive video as well. But for now, I will see you next month. Lots of love, and hope you found this inspiring. Bye.